What's going on, guys? Silent Mike checking in on this voiceover. I'm excited. We got a bunch of training footage starting here with my warm-up that I get to chat to you guys, talk to you guys a little bit about programming, a little bit about lift and weights, a little bit about volume, intensity, frequency. Many questions I get all the time. Currently I am on a fat loss stage. I'm on a cut, but I'm currently really trying to push my strength too. People say that can't be done. But I said the hell with that. I think it could be done. So just showing you guys a little bit of my warm-up. Here's these new lunge deals I'm trying to do. Activate my glutes. Also get a stretch in my front hip. Before that, you just saw like a warrior's march or a weighted march, whatever you want to call it. Just for a way to me to kind of still activate those glutes. I did a bunch of hip circles in between that, some glute bridges, and then it's straight onto the barbell. My lower body days right now always consist of some type of pull and some type of squat. That's just what I'm doing. You can break it up a million different ways. People ask me, hey, should I squat after I deadlift or deadlift after I squat? Can I bench and squat on the same day? The issue is that it all depends on your goals. The other issue, maybe not an issue, but a controversial topic that I felt for a while that has maybe gone away is the term a cookie cutter program. Everyone wants shit custom. They want this, but to be honest, strength is strength. Gains are gains, if you know what I mean. So if you get stronger, if you get stronger in what I think is the most optimal way, you'll also gain muscle hypertrophy, and you'll also burn some calories doing that. So then if your nutrition is locked in either good or bad on the back end, you're going to be gaining weight, gaining muscle, gaining strength, or hopefully maintaining that muscle, maintaining that strength, and losing fat depending on the nutrition stance. So I'm not that against cookie cutter programs. There's a lot of programs out there, Jim Wendler's 531 and some other basic ones that have worked for thousands and thousands of people. And a lot of people ask me about my programming, and yes, it will be available to the world. I've worked with Omar, Esaf, my homie, Bart Kwan. We've come up with some stuff that we want to share with you guys because I've run it myself. They've run pieces of it. I've run it with lots of different clients. We've tested a lot of different people, and it works. It's no gimmick. It's not going to add 100 pounds to each lift. It's not going to shape a six-pack out of nowhere, but it's a systematic approach. It's a scientific approach from volume, frequency, intensity, balancing those while tracking your macronutrients and some other diet tips. That'll hopefully get you guys towards your goals, towards your progress. And I think everyone's main goal is always to kind of lose some fat and gain some strength in a perfect world, right? We want to gain muscle, lose fat. It's kind of a hypertrophy day for me. For me, in hypertrophy day, typically the rep range is going to be anywhere from 6 to all the way up to maybe even 12, typically more in the 10 range on the main compound movements, deadlift, squat, bench. I'm hitting sumos. That's my main stance right now, so that's where I put the majority of my volume. If you're a conventional puller, you could obviously put the majority of your volume there. How much volume? Well, that does depend by person, but typically I like to manipulate the sets and reps. If the sets and reps are locked in, and then your strength will dictate by percentage how much volume you handle. Volume is sets times reps times weight. So me and Nsima are a bad example. I was going to use him. Here's my boy Nsima smashing on 600 plus pounds, but if you do 3 sets of 8 at 315, that's less volume than 3 sets of 8 at 375. And obviously maybe a 500 pound puller will do 3 sets of 8 at 375, and a 450 pound puller will do 3 sets of 8 at 315. So then that's what I mean by your volume will be established by how strong you are. Showing you guys some cues here, how I set up, just rotating my knees out, activating those glutes, activating those hips, trying to get my glutes turned on, pushing my hips before I pull. Back to programming. There's a million ways to get strong. There's a high frequency, high volume approach that's very popular now in powerlifting. Often it's daily undulating, which basically just means that you're going to hit a different rep range every day, or every other day. So if you're squatting 3 times a week, one of those will be kind of a higher rep range, one will be a medium, one will be kind of a lighter or smaller rep range, 1 to 5. So not always lighter. Kind of depends once again on your goals. I like to keep things basic. I don't like to complicate things. Yes, I undulate my reps. Like I said, today's a hypertrophy day, so on squats and deads, they lined up this day, and I'm doing sets of 6. I typically go by percentage, if not just percentage range. So, the goal is anywhere from 65 to 70% today. And I did make my way up. The range is kind of my auto-regulation. Auto-regulation just means that you give yourself some kind of factor that you can manipulate based on how you feel that day. And obviously, if you can see by how these hips are moving right here, these hips don't lie. By the way, the song was Kanye Fade, and I was just trying to try out because I saw his music video. I saw it involved a good dancer with a great body in a gym facility, and I was a little disappointed that he didn't approach me. So shout out to Kim K, shout out to Kanye, shout out to Yeezy. Good music. If you guys hear me and need a backup dancer, just holler at me. You can hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. As I mentioned before, there are programs on the way, guys. We have a bench specialty. We have a free bench program. We also have a bench that will be for purchase. That's a bench specialty, high volume bench to almost guarantee you guys a PR. We also got a strength and fat loss program that may be in the works, and we also got some other programs that are on the way to hopefully reach all your guys' goals. So be sure to subscribe. Be sure to follow me on Snapchat, silentmike3, for more information coming on those topics. Afterwards, as I mentioned, I have that range, so I start around 400 pounds on the squat just to see how it feels. Hit 6. Even though they feel so heavy and they feel like death, I'm moving them pretty good once you see it in post, once I see it in these videos. Then on this set, I believe I went to about 415, and then my last set was about 425. I've been finishing with some ab work, light core work, doing some wheel ab rollouts, also some leg lifts or toes to bar, and then sometimes some weighted crunches on the cable, depending, just to kind of even out that backside as I feel I work my erectors a lot and everything else with all this lifting. Any questions you guys have on programming, any questions you guys have on lifting, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. I'm going to get to as many as I can, answering them on YouTube, and then the ones I cannot, basically like a question and answer was what I'm saying right now in the comment section. And then those that I cannot, or if I don't answer it, it might mean that it's so fucking awesome of a question that I'm going to make an entire video about it in my next voiceover or my next training session. I appreciate you guys. Lifting's going well. Cut's going well. I hope you guys are progressing towards your goals. Appreciate it, guys. I'm out.